love watching it, and certainly one day I wouldn't mind going for a skid in a Camaro.
Steve Mason has been just having a couple of looks. This is tight, turn 4. McLean gives him plenty of room, but Bow will fill the gap. Back in the day, it was Bob Jane in the Camaro, Alan Moffat in the Mustang. Fast forward, and still GM and Ford getting it on.
It's what's great about this category is you see the guys giving each other plenty of room. They're really passionate about their cars. They love their cars, but they give each other plenty of room.
No. It's only because JB owns his.
Yeah, well, I have said that to JB regularly. You don't do as much bashing and crashing in your own car, mate, as you used to when you're driving for others. But, you know, obviously all steel panels in these cars, so any sort of contacts, real contact. Fiat Supercar now, a lot of carbon composite panels in the car, so they flex a lot more on contact. So these guys give each other plenty of room and a lot of respect for each other's machinery.
Now, while JB's been stuck behind these Camaros, he's got Medicki and Richards closing in there. They're ripping time out of these guys, so it will be a 5-way fight before too long.
No doubt JB will see that big red Camaro and his mirror getting larger and larger, so he'll probably see that and think, right, it's time to get on with it. As we say that now, up the inside is Alistair McLean.
Huge lose. McLean is gone.
Just dropped an outside wheel off the outside of the circuit, used the inside curb, and that ran him wide, and then couldn't get the car stopped, and around he went. Real shame for McLean. He was doing a good job in the lead there.
So Mason inherits the lead. Bow, Medicki, Richards, top 4. Let's have a look again.
Just running wide here, can't pull it up, into the gravel, and from here he's a passenger. You see the other guys saw what was going on. They had a box view of what's going on. McLean was looking out the side window wondering if he's going to get stopped before that tyre barrier in the wall there, but thankfully got it stopped in the grass.
He's managed to get running again, but is back in position 7.
It's a shame for Alistair McLean. He's looking like he was on for a podium there.
Well, it leaves a Camaro out in front. Andrew Medicki coming under fire. The reigning champ, Jim Richards, is playing his way into this one. Race 3 at Touring Car Masters. Back with more on Race Day Extra in just a sec. Back on Race Day Extra on the streets of Adelaide, the third and final race in the Touring Car Masters, presented by Autobahn. And we come back at a perfect time. John Bow is on the charge, trying to round up Steve Mason. The Camaro driver is having none of it.
No, every time JB gets up the inside, Steve does a good job of staying on the outside and making sure he's on the inside for the next corner, denying JB a clean pass. So I think JB's got pace on him. It's just a matter of getting the job done cleanly. As you see here, up the inside again. Now Mason will try and go around the outside, get a good exit and be on the inside for the run into the first chicane.
Battle of engine builders now. And the Camaro's just got a bit too much, and he'll be able to get back across in time for the line to the centre chicane.
Steve Mason's always had massive power in this Camaro, and you'd always say that the GM would always have just that little bit more power than the Ford product.
I'm shocked that you would say that. And he's going to cover the line at turn 4, and Medicki and Richards are going to be in this fight before too long because they've been really closing in, and Jimmy's car, the Falcon Sprint 64 model, we're going to see Stephen Richards drive this car during the course of the year when Jimmy debuts that new AMC Javelin.
A lot of the regular viewers of Touring Car Masters and regular followers would be wondering why Jimmy's not up the front as much as he was last year. We saw Mason locked it inside front going into turn 7, ran very wide, now it's out of position for turn 8. He won't have enough grunt to get around the outside before the fast sweeper.
Richards is just zeroing in, but you started on a point there with Jim's car this year.
Yeah, he's probably not running as much as the front as we traditionally see, and JR's a bit of cunning bloke. He's very good with the rules, and when he built the Falcon Sprint, he realised that the power to weight was the way to go with this category, and built that car very, very light, and the rule makers have decided that that car probably needs a bit more weight in it, so I think it's carrying a few more extra kilos this year than last year, and that really knocks the car around. It's only got a 289 engine, and it knocks it around in the straights and also takes it out of the brakes a lot more.
Remember that there's 3 different classes in Touring Car Masters. The big cars are over 5.1 litres, Class B is 3.5 to 5.1, and Class A is for the smaller cars up to 3.5 litres. But the drivers can nominate before this first round if they want to go up or down a class and modify their rev limits and their weights and the like. So it is a bit of a sliding scale, but the end result is a category with massive diversity, some master drivers, and great race.
Getting nice to sideways. We see here Steve Mason was very, very strong early in the race, but I think he's paying the price for it now. He's getting quite sideways. Saw him have a massive sideways moment through turn 3. And you can just see the car moving around quite a bit.
If these things are beasts to drive now, can you imagine what they were like in the 70s?
Oh, well, I mean, tyre technology, suspension technology, engine technology, brake technology has come a long way since the 60s and 70s. And these cars will be a lot better than what they are now, than what they were there. And those blokes were superheroes back in the era.
Riding on board with Mediki.
Comes Richo up the inside. Nice and clean, gets the job done. So Richo still doing what he always does. Looks after the car, looks after the tyres, looks after the brakes. And then late in the race comes on strong.
Bauer is just starting to edge away. He leads, Mason second, Richards third, Mediki fourth and sideways. Brad Tilley's next, then Adi Albanese. Alistair McLean in seventh, Kasuki's eighth, Westwood and Mark Kin is now up into the top 10. So that's been a really great drive from the back of the pack. Here he is. And he's got a free spot. Kasuki goes around at turn 9. So after starting on the front row, the HQ will drop back in the order. The Queenslander manages to get running again just in front of Greg Keane, one of the locals in the Porsche.
Oh, we've gone in too hot here, so... Oh, no!
Now, can he escape here? He should.
Just slight contact with the tyre barrier, so heart rate's up at the moment, but hopefully we get it all under control and... slide back into the pack here.
Mick Wilson in the Charger getting through, but back to the front. Richards third and just continuing to just chip away. TCM again running 8 rounds this year. Barbagallo in Perth is next on the list. It's been a bit of a return for the championship over to WA, the Trading Post Perth Classic, where the support category bill this year is out of control. There's just about every category there.
Fantastic support category, and these cars will be awesome at Perth. I remember driving a Falcon Rally Sprint over in Perth. Very similar shape to Richo's car, but not the same level of performance around there, and it was the most fun I've had around Barbagallo Raceway ever. Sideways coming up out of the basin, so these guys will be awesome to watch over there.
We're on the way home. Penultimate lap in this final race of the weekend, and Bowes managed to just kick clear. Jimmy Richards still a chance for second, but I think a win is just a bit too far in front of him. But if they run as they are, John Bowe will not just win the race, he'll win the round.
Yeah, that's right. So this is going to be the race to the end of the event now. Richo looking after the car, trying to come on strong, so he'll be looking to get the job done the last lap. But this Camaro, a lot more horsepower than Richo's Falcon Rally Sprint. So what Mason needs to do here is drive the car very straight, because that's Richo's trademark. So if Mason can drive his car straight and get a good run out of the corner, Jim won't be close enough to get the job done on the brakes. And it looks like, I reckon, turn 9 will be where Richo will be looking to get the job done.
It really has been a category that has grown in the last couple of years, and the younger generations who didn't see these cars race in their heyday, they're still on the fence. They're asking their mums and dads about them, and it's just really great that the category has been a real fan-friendly category. The pits are open, there's kids sitting in cars, they're visiting schools. It's a series that's really growing.
It has. It really has captured the nation's imagination. Everyone loves watching it. I don't think anyone can say that they don't like watching this category. It's plenty to see, plenty of action. Cars are moving around a lot. Smoke, tyre smoke, brake lock-ups. Here we go. Oh, no, Mason locks the rears and
keeps it going.
Just gets it stopped. Very hard to stop these cars with leaf spring rear end. Get a lot of tramp in the braking area, and it's one real technique to not have that. So late in the race, you're always susceptible to that. The rear brakes, the drums on the rear brakes will heat up, and it's hard to modulate the brake pedal when the drums are locked on.
One last chance for Jim Richards here, but Mason goes in pretty deep and will cover the line, and the Camaro is pretty strong in a straight line. But John Bowe will take the race. He'll take the round. The Mustang is home. Mason second, Jimmy Richards third. Andrew Mediki hangs on for fourth from Brad Tilley. Never been a dud TCM race. Another good one.
Another great one. And the good thing about these categories, they'll all go back to the pits, have a good laugh about it, pat each other on the back, have a latte, and then see you at the next race and do it all again.
It is good stuff. Looking back in the pack, here's Ian McAllister, running 13th overall. The 64 Mustang Coupe. Looking back at Greg Keane, we jump on board for this final corner. And it is a bit of work in these cars, but these guys have so much fun. Big grandstand here at Clipsal.